Hey guys, and here we are back with another video, and I hope you are all okay on that side of the screen. And today here we are to take a look and a comparison to the Amazfit Stratos and the Amazfit Verge. By the way, this one right over here is the Mi Band 4. I've reviewed it and I will forget to leave a link down below, but if you search on my channel you will find the review. It's a great device for the price that it costs, and I also made a comparison with the Samsung Fit E in terms of swimming. Now today I want to focus on these two, Amazfit Stratos and the Amazfit Verge. Now they both are great watches, and I want to focus on the main differences and some things that they have in common, so that by the end of the video you will be able to decide if you want one, the other, or if you don't want neither of these. Now let me start really briefly by showing you some specifications on screen. Now just a few seconds for the Verge and then just a few seconds for the Stratos. And of course, if you want to check more specifications, I will leave a link down below for the website, for the prices and so on and so forth, so that you can take a better look. Now one of the things that I would like to start is by the design and build quality of these two watches, which is great on both, but there are main differences here that I would like to point out. And if you ask me personally, I prefer the Stratos by the main reason that in terms of watch it looks more like a classic watch, and that's my personal taste. When I wear a suit it looks great, when I wear a t-shirt like this one it will look great anyway, while the Verge has more rubber and more plastic, so it looks a different watch. I can use it with a suit, I can use it with a shirt, but it's a different watch. It's made for sports mainly, while the Stratos, I believe that it's made for sports but with a great look. And of course the build quality is different. It has this carbon material down here. It looks more like a classic watch. Now in terms of hardware, the Verge is the latest watch, so it has an improved hardware over the Stratos, and we will see some things that I will let you guys know that I do notice the improvement. Now one of the main reasons that we have to check out is waterproof. If you are like myself and if water makes part of your day, like I do, I live near the beach, I've got a swimming pool and I love to swim and I love everything about water, so here it makes total sense that the Stratos is my choice because it's the winner. The Verge is not a watch made for water. I can sweat, I can take shower with it, I can even, and I've been inside the swimming pool, although it's not a good idea with the Verge, it's not meant for water. So if water is very important to you, and if you want to measure how many meters you can swim like I do, then the Stratos is the choice here. No comparison possible with the Verge because it's not meant for it. The heart rate sensor on the Verge is improved over the Stratos, and one thing that I do notice, by the way, for those that don't know the channel, I use always a chest strap when I'm running, either on the treadmill or even on the streets. And what happens is that the chest strap is my guide. It's the thing that gives me the best accurate results to what's happening inside here. And the Stratos, what happens with it is that it will give me good values until a certain point of intensity, but once I get more intensive and the sweat accumulates and so on and so forth, it will give me crazy peaks. On the other hand, the Verge is improved. It will not give me exactly accurate results, but it's a lot more steady and a lot more accurate, and I can see that comparing with the chest strap, and I would say that the Verge gives me values a little bit below it, but the thing that is improved is that it's a lot more steady. So if I can grab a device like a chest strap that I can measure the difference, then I will have a wrong value but a steady value that I can calculate. Okay, I'm 10 heartbeats different, so I'm right over here. The screen is another huge difference between these two. While the Verge is using a new AMOLED display with a resolution of 360 by 360, which gives us incredible colors, really vibrant colors with a really black and a white, which is what we want on any screen, tablets, TVs, phones and so on and so forth. And the Stratos clearly has a completely different image. The colors are washed. It's using an older technology. It's an LCD display, transflective, with a resolution of 320 by 300, which is always on, and this is very important, always on. Actually, if we take a look at the two watches, you'll see that the Stratos you can see and the Verge you can't, because it will only turn on when I move my wrist, as you can see right over there. So different technologies. And the AMOLED, by the way, if it was always on, the battery would drain in no time. This, as is an older technology, has this advantage that it can keep always on. Nonetheless, the Verge has the better colors and so on and so forth, but depending on the way that we use, the Stratos, for example, outside with direct sunlight is better than the AMOLED. That doesn't mean that the Verge is not able to be seen outside, but I can see better the Stratos than the Verge. Here, I would say that if you use it more indoors and if you care about the colors and the contrast, then the Verge is a clear winner. If you use it outside and if you like and you don't mind having these washed colors but having the screen always on, a more classic watch and so on and so forth, then the Stratos is the way to go. Now the Verge is able to receive and make phone calls, so if this is something important to you, this is the clear winner, as the Stratos can't. The Stratos only will receive the notifications for the phone calls and notifications for every other app that we want to receive, while the Verge has the option to answer a call directly on the watch and use the microphone and use the speaker on the watch without grabbing the phone. And we can also use the dial up to make a phone call, or we can use our contacts that the watch will import from the phone. And this is something really nice. For example, if you are showering, although the Verge is not meant for water, you can shower with it, no issues at all. And let's imagine that you want to answer that call. Instead of grabbing the phone, you just need to press the watch and you can make a conversation while you are watching. Well, let me share with you how do I use, because I use mainly the Stratos and this one cannot answer the calls. Nonetheless, I do answer some calls while I'm jogging. How do I do it? I use some earbuds from Tron Smart, which I did review here on the channel. If you search on the channel, you will find it. And what it happens is that I receive a phone call. The Stratos will give me the notification with the name of the person that is calling me. I have the option to turn off or to ignore, but if I want to answer, I will just press on my earbuds and I will answer the phone. I will talk through the earbuds and that is that. When I want to shut down the call, I just press my earbuds again. But this is an extra accessory, just sharing with you guys how do I do it without a watch that can answer and make phone calls. Now moving to things that they both have in common. Music playback is one of them. Both have internal capacity to store music if that's the thing that you want. The Verge has roughly 1.5 gigabytes and the Stratos has roughly 2 gigabytes. In my particular case, I don't use the internal capacity because I use Spotify playlists to do my jogging daily, so this is something that I don't use. But for someone that wants to use this feature, then they are both great. Next, battery life. Battery life is roughly 5-6 days on the Verge and 4 to 5 days on the Stratos. And let me explain these numbers because my daily basis is I run almost every day. We are talking about 1 hour session more or less, where the watch that I'm using is using almost all of the capacities. And this is something a little bit more intensive. And then my day in terms of moving around and so on and so forth, it's always intensive as well because I'm not sitting like I am right now all day, and that means that I will drain batteries a little bit more faster than people that don't do as much exercise. And that being said, the Verge has a little advantage over the Stratos, giving me 5 days if I use it more intensively, 6 days if I use it a little bit less intensively, and here 4 to 5. The screen on both, although there are different technologies, it's very responsive on the Verge and also on the Stratos. The menus are very nice. The operating system is very nice from Amazfit, very intuitive, very easy to use. So both here are great choices. In terms of watch faces, in my particular case, I tend to use the default watch face that I feel that it's correct for me, gives me the information that I want. Nonetheless, there are a few watch faces for each one of them. And of course, you can use one watch face in the morning and in the evening if you decide that you want a different watch face, then this is a great advantage of having smart wearables. We can just play around with this. And then finally, the software, which is the same for both. The application is the Amazfit app, and in my opinion, it's complete. It's not the most complete app that I've seen, but it's complete enough. It will give me graphics, it will use the GPS when I'm running, it will give me the map with the run that I made, and so on and so forth. It will give me all the information that I need, duration, the pace, kilometers per hour, and so on and so forth. So in my opinion, the app is more than suitable for the watches that we have. And guys, this is it. This is my take on the Stratos and on the Verge. They are both great phones, and hopefully these topics that I've talked about and the differences will make you decide if you want to go this way, or no way at all. And all the decisions are okay, just that we do those decisions based on the most information that we have at hand at any moment, not only for watches but for everything in life. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.